Good morning. Welcome to Casa TexPina. We're on build day number 78. Today's Tuesday, and the guys are continuing to work the upper floor, getting the hollow block all the way around, so that once they get that in place, the welders will be able to come in and start working the height of the and locations for the roof ridge. Also, at a later point, not necessarily this week, but maybe further down, they will come back through with two beams that will go across the top of the garage area to span that distance. They will look similar to the large beams that we had in the center, fairly tall beams. So there'll be two of them, one on top of the other. Right here making that big span. That's about a 20-foot span, so they need a large beam to go across there. Let's see, what else are they working on? They're doing plaster coating up in the front. They're continuing to do forms for what they call roof beams. The roof beam for them is this top beam going across the top of the walls. What this does, they call it a roof beam because that's where the roof connects. That's the top beam for the wall. What it does is all the supporting weight from the roof will be spread across those beams and down to the columns. So you'll see those throughout, and they refer to that as a roof beam. I know in the States you think of a roof beam. Me personally, I think of the beam like the ridge beam for the roof, but that's not what they're referring to here. Also, I did notice today they are going to start taking out some of the supports from the attic floor slab. Not all of them, obviously. They're only going to take out a couple here and there. Start relieving some of the tension. Actually, it started increasing some of the tension, because what they're going to do is they're going to remove the support, and the floor slab is going to slowly start supporting itself. As it gets stronger, they'll remove a couple more as they go along. That's about where we stand at today. So I'll walk around here in a minute and show you where everybody's at. Let's get started. All right, let's go take a walk inside, see where everybody's working at today. Okay, we're going to take a walk over here to the master bedroom and bath area. They've already pulled off the forms from the roof beams, as they referred to them, and the columns that they poured yesterday. These they poured day before yesterday. This is where it joined up. You can see the cold joint right here. They did a vertical cold joint there. Actually over here they did what I prefer more as a sloping cold joint. This provides more surface area for the two pieces of concrete to support each other. Less possibility of the beam moving or separating at that location. Okay. Then also they're going to continue doing forming the roof beams here in the master bedroom, master bath and closet area, and they'll probably pour those this afternoon. Not sure if you can quite see them, but way over in the other side of the, here we go, there's Mr. Tuck. This is our electrician. He's putting in conduit chases for where our another CCTV panel is going to go, as well as some electrical outlets on the bottom. They call him Anai, which here translates to termite, because they make the concrete and they make it all nice, and he comes back and chips it all out. So he's eating it from the inside. So then they have to come back and fix it. So it's a it's a nickname, kind of a play on words here for him. Doing a good job. Nothing else going on here in the interior of the guest room side of the house. If they do something back here, we'll switch back over and try our best to capture it. All right, up on the attic floor, we're starting to form some of the columns. They're still working on the wall height. They are going to take this walls up to a height of 10 hollow blocks, but there should be a lintel beam or a beam here in the middle for additional support to go from column to column, help support some of that load, because these hollow blocks are not supposed to be load bearing. They're only rated at 350 to 400 psi. Okay, they're continuing to build the wall around the half bath. You can see here they're making the mortar as they go. So they've already got the cement and sand mixed, and then they brought it up, and that's what all these bags here are. As they need it, they'll make it like this. They'll make a pile, make sure to mix it again. Then they'll add water in the center and slowly cave it in from the sides, and then they'll start mixing it together. And then again, this is just a mortar mix to be able to put the blocks together with. And then they do also fill in each of the holes as they're doing these. All right, I'm gonna let these guys get back to work, and we will catch up with them a little while later, probably about mid-morning or shortly after lunch, one of the two. It seems redundant that I keep doing shots throughout the day, but you do miss a lot of work throughout the day. They make a lot of progress, so I want to capture that as we go. All right, so like I said, we're going to let them get back to work, and I'm going to get out of the way. They're starting to remove some of the forms from the beams over the living room underneath the attic floor area. You can see the concrete looks really good. They're still going to leave the supports underneath of the beams, and then we'll catch back up and see how they do the rest of the day. All right, brother-in-law Al came bearing gifts today. So this is one of the samples for the doors. Nice. That's a 70, di ba?
70 yung size nito.
Wow.
70 or 80.
I think that's 80.
That's 80.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it. I think we're going to use basically the same style all the way throughout the house. That's nice.
Ito yung design ng
Good thick.
door jam.
Thick door. So it's just solid. They'll end up cutting out. They'll cut out where the door handles go. So they just give the basic door,
Okay, pa-approve ko na to.
and then put it into place. So they'll trim off the bottoms, shape it down when they get ready to go into the door frames. Yeah, this was the approved style that we went with. We talked to the engineer about it. Maybe it was back before the all the quarantine stuff happened. Yeah, good solid wood. It doesn't look like pine. Looks nice, but this is how they come in, unfinished. No hardware, no holes. The carpenters do all that here. All right, let's go take a look at what else they come bearing gifts. Looks like some more window molding. Got some more window molding coming in, and lots of door frames. So most of these are all 70 millimeter. I'll throw the size requirement back down in the size conversion back in the comments below, or at the Taylor at the bottom, and a couple of 80s and two 60s. If I remember right, the 60s go either out here in the garage area for the maid's room, or back in the bathroom, the Jack and Jill bath. We'll have to take a look at the plan, but yeah, so we got stuff. Cool. And they're still unloading. All right, take a picture a little bit before lunch. These guys are cruising. I do need to correct something I mentioned on the earlier parts of the video. They are going to put a beam across the top, but we're not going to do it here at the end of 7. We're going to do it the same as we did down on the floors below, where they did not, if it didn't have a window, it does not get a beam until after 10 blocks. So it'll be the full height of 10 blocks and then a beam across the top to help spread that weight. Wow, actually a good one to show you is directly underneath me, but I don't have a spot to be able to show you. Oh, here in the I'll zoom into this. See the wall for the office here, it actually comes up 10 courses of hollow block before the first beam. So if there's no window, they don't put the lintel beam until after 10 courses of hollow block. But what they do, every 3rd row, they'll put the a tie rod, and this will come through. So it'll go 3, 6, 9, and then that helps tie all the blocks together, so the whole wall moves as one piece. So hopefully it doesn't move at all. That's the idea, and that just helps to reinforce that. And they'll run that tie rod through the rebar, through the columns, as you can see there. See it again right here. They did it again up here at number 6, and they'll do it again at number 9. Okay, these guys are busy mixing mortar here. So they're mixing more mortar for these guys building the blocks. All right, that's the view from high above Casa TexPina. Looks like we're getting a load of sand. So let's go take a look at while they unload it. And we've got a very large lot, so somebody's going to have a lot of shoveling to do to move this back to where it's off of the street and off of our water line. Well, need to get this moved. It's got to be out of the roadway and off of the water lines by the end of the day. So we'll find out who the foreman has on his dirty list. Put them on the dirty deeds. Let's go see what we got going on up here in the front. Looks like we're building forms. Nope, it's plaster coating up here. That plaster coat above the interesting. Plaster coat above the bay window. We're moving rock, which means we're doing concrete this afternoon. These guys in here are still removing forms from the columns Oh, sorry, from the beams. So they're moving them from the beams as much as possible. Still leaving the supports underneath to help hold it up. All right, let's go take a look here in the back. Oh, here in the office, some of the columns and quote roof beams have been formed. Same thing here in the master closet. They've been formed. My guess is they'll probably continue from where they finished yesterday, come around this section this afternoon. All right, let's go back out and see what else we got. I believe we saw more afternoon. What you doing? Oh, you're gonna form the columns. You and Alex? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Let's go back around. So they're still taking these off, like I mentioned earlier. And that's pretty much it for the inside. Mr. Tuck is still over on the far end over here, working the conduit raceways. All right, we got another delivery. Looks like 100 bags of cement. Appears to be 5 bundles of 10mm rebar and a spool of steel wire. And the 10 bags at the end are our first bags of skim coat. That'll be coming on at a later piece when they start getting ready to go over the inside walls. With skim coat, they'll go over skim coat, sand it, skim coat, sand it, and then start painting. So that's supposed to help smooth it all out and get a nice and even finish. All right, it's after the afternoon merienda, so we're sitting at about 3:30 up on top of the attic floor. Looks like they have stopped hollow block construction for today, and they're switching focus over to pouring concrete. They've already poured this column and this column today, not all the way to the top. They poured it up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 courses high, so they left a gap underneath so that when they go to pour the remaining 4 courses of hollow block, that depth here will all be contiguous. So as you can see here, and then they're gonna start prepping this side for pouring tomorrow. Right now they should be getting ready to switch over to some of the other forms that they got ready to go for the roof beams and columns. Let's go check and see where they're at. See, Mr. Tolk is still chipping away at those conduit raceways. All day, chip, chip, chip. All right, they're going to start pouring this last column up here on top. Missing a little bit, but they're going to continue pouring. What it's pouring is down to this beam, top of this beam down here, this whole side, and they're probably going to stop one beam, one course of hollow block short of the top of this side here. And they're mixing all this concrete up here by hand. So this has already been mixed. He's going to pull it over. Send it down the chute. Trying to keep most of it in the hole. Alright, so they're going to continue that the rest of the way until this column's done. Well, like I said, at least they're gonna stop at the one column, one course short of the top. So it's gonna stop right here. Alright, my guys over here, a couple laborers, my warehouse men and a laborer are working hard. They got to get all this sand out of the road, back off of the sidewalk, back onto the sidewalk area. And they've got to get this done by the end of the day. That kind of bites. And continuing around the rest of the building. Mr. Jojo up here on front's been working this plaster coat over the bay window most of the day. Looks like he's getting ready to prepare to do the sides. At least he'll get them formed up, and then they'll start working those probably tomorrow. And boss, balos yan. Their holes are not all closed. They're gonna start pouring the rest of the concrete for this roof beam, column, roof beam, and probably partially into the office area. Try it again, and they'll keep on going. It'll, between the aggregate and some of the cement, it will plug itself up, and they'll help a little bit with some more concrete stuffing bags on the outside, or cement bags. Back over here with the welder guys. They are, gentleman in the back is actually going through and making the long welds now instead of just the spot welds. So they're going through and doing these right here. Give it a little bit more contact surface, stronger bond together, and then the young man here in front of me is making sure to paint it with primer so that the welds are sealed, less likely to be exposed for rust. Alright, that's the end. It's a wrap up on build day number 78. The guys are yabba dabba do time, so they're pretty much wrapping up, putting the tools away. Had some more hollow block built upstairs today. Had some roof beams and columns poured today. And lots of supplies today. Oh my goodness, did we have supplies. Today was supply delivery day. We had door frames. We had our first sample of what our doors are going to look like. The wood that's made out of is called tanguile. It's a Philippine mahogany variety. So really good wood. Let's see, we got, like I said, we got roof beams, we got columns poured today. Very busy day, really good on the guys today, doing a lot of work, hard work out here. Much appreciated. If you liked today's video, please give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of these videos, hit the Casa TexPina star in the right hand corner, right over here, and you'll be subscribed. Hit the bell icon just below the view screen. You'll be notified when our next video is uploaded for your viewing pleasure. And that should be tomorrow. So we'll see you back here tomorrow. And y'all have a great afternoon, and God bless.
Thank you for watching. If you liked today's video, please hit like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon to be notified when our next video becomes available.